What's going on, everybody? It's your guy Rag.
This is the exec JB, and you're tuned into
The PrezEx podcast at the PrezEx TV. Tune in.
Salute.
Welcome y'all to another episode of the Presidential Executive. What's going on? This is your boy JB. This is my brother over here, El Presidente Rag, and we got Crown Vic in the building.
Legendary Crown Vic.
Yeah, ho.
Yeah.
How y'all
My
doing,
nigga,
man?
Crown Vic.
How y'all doing, dog?
The honorary Raglan Crown Vic.
Oh, the underwear Rag.
Yeah, man. No, Vic was always my little brother. He know that.
For sure.
And brothers fight.
How y'all dudes been doing, man?
Man, you know what I've been doing.
No sleep.
Exactly. You already know.
Yeah. That's what happened when you got a newborn, you know. I just relish in those times.
It's been a while. Like, no. Like,
people
since
haven't
the last
gone
time
through
we
that.
was in here, congratulations are in order.
Yeah.
Man.
He got the young Prince.
Yes.
Prince Vic.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So
his name is Vic?
Yeah.
Vic Jr.?
oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
The legacy continues.
It's a for real junior.
Definitely.
For real junior. But y'all go ahead and like this video right now. Subscribe
Y'all know what to do.
wherever you stream podcasts, do all that stuff.
It's been a while since I got the list.
Since they got the list, let's see. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Stitcher.
Yes,
there we
sir.
go. You
Yeah,
had my
yes,
back.
sir.
You had my back on
Oh, I
that.
got it. I was with you.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Appreciate that.
Hey, man, look, we run a full court press, man. You ain't got to worry about what's on the left side. I got you covered.
You got me. Okay.
I got you.
Okay, I appreciate that, dog.
I'm like Draymond.
Not Draymond.
Yeah.
You'll choke somebody for me?
Nigga.
You'll choke somebody out?
Nigga.
I'm with you,
No.
dog. I'll choke somebody too for you, bro.
Yeah.
You too, Vic, man. I got you, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll choke somebody out. Just
You know I choke niggas out for you.
Yeah.
I got your back.
we were talking about that.
They look up, they don't even know what happened. All of a sudden, they just in the not the Taz mission. Like, I don't know if you remember the old school WWE, the Taz mission. I call it the Rag mission. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a Taz mission, but I just put my last name in it. But you get that arm up and you get your hand around, like, it's over with. They tapping.
Yeah, hey, it works. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it does, it works.
Man, congratulations to you, my friend, because you're no longer doing
Yeah.
that third shift grind.
Yeah. I'm not on the graveyard shift right now, so things are looking good. Paper rolling. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get things going. We actually got a third camera.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to Vic for helping
Man.
us out.
Crown
You know what I'm
Vic.
saying? Putting us on. We got three cameras. So we got one. You got two with Rag, and then we got one in the middle. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, but yeah, we got a few things to get into, man. To talk about.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
And man, you know what? We got a whole other episode we ain't posted.
Yeah. We actually need to take some fillers for that episode we talking
Yeah.
about. Like who, it definitely need to be a female, I think.
Oh, you talking about that one?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one we already did before the season started.
Are you talking about
the one we did with Cell?
Yeah, the one we did with Seth.
Yeah, that we ain't even posted that one.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get that out. We gotta get that out. That's gonna be some work. It's gonna be some work. But let's get just a couple things with the NBA. Okay, the NBA season is going. It's early season, so it's like, it's going okay. Then you got the in-season tournament. First of all, what are your thoughts about the in-season tournament? Like, have you been keeping up?
That's some bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Do you
I
know
like the courts.
the courts are dope?
I like them.
The courts are dope. The courts are now.
My head hurt about third quarter, but
Yeah.
Right, like everybody looking like Boise State back in like 2000.
It's real colorful.
When Boise State field was blue, and you're like, what am I watching?
Yeah. It even caught white
They giving
fees.
these niggas new jerseys.
They got okay.
You didn't see that? The one we
did
was watching earlier while we were sitting up?
the Heat.
The one Golden State in Sacramento. Like Sacramento had
A new one. Yeah, it had. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But I think the in-season tournament is, I think it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, they playing harder now than I've ever seen them play at this time of the year.
I feel like,
You know what I mean? So I think that's cool.
I feel like what would have incentivized teams is like if you're purposely tanking, like those teams where, and we remember back in the days when teams were just like, like who are y'all playing? You shouldn't even be up to get a lottery pick. Because you're wasting somebody who's going to be there for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it should only be the teams that's like the team that just missed the playoff. You know what I'm saying? Like 9, 10, 11. Those should be the ones at the highest point of the lottery because now you got a chance to actually be contending. You see what I'm saying? Versus the team that's like, you won 9 games. What you gonna stick a hot new? What you gonna stick Victor Wembanyama on a 9-win team for? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna stick Scoot Henderson on a 9-win team for?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? No, you put them on a team that won like 30-something games because maybe if they're that guy, they push you up.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
now I'm not trying to tank. I'm putting out my middle of the pack niggas. I'm putting out the old niggas. Anybody who gonna help me get 30 games because I know that's where the lottery pick is gonna be at. So now everybody's playing like every game matters, and the fans get their money's worth.
That's interesting.
You see what I'm saying? So because like now I'm trying to win. I'm not thinking about fuck next season. I'm trying to win, or at least be competitive because.
Right.
We should be beating Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Well, we should be beating the Bobcat. I mean, not the Bobcat, the Hornets.
Hornets, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We should, like, it's certain teams like, oh, no, we're not taking the L. We should be beating the Wizards.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now everybody's competitive. You got a good product. Everybody's trying to be within that certain point. So where even if you don't make the playoffs, you're right there at the 9, 10, 11, 12 spot to where, like, you know you got a better chance of the lottery pick to take you over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also think they should change the salary cap because if you do that, these niggas is billionaires at the end of the day. They get and on top of that, they get the TV money.
Yeah.
So y'all can afford to pay to keep people in certain places because it's all about the money anyway, right?
What you mean change salary cap?
To where if you change the salary cap, all of the billionaires, I mean, granted, going to football like Jerry is different, right?
For sure. Yeah.
But for the most part, $1 billion is still $1 billion. So me having to pay somebody $40 million, that ain't shit if I got $1 billion, right?
Now you talking about them getting more than what they get now.
Like what the TV contracts is, if the salary cap is up, you can pay to keep a Zion in New Orleans. Because at the end of the day, it's about the money. If I'm getting paid, I don't care about my market. I'm the market.
It shouldn't matter, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was talking about Chicago till Jordan got there.
Yeah.
Chicago was looked at as a dumpster fire till Jordan got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so, no, they should take the salary cap up so you can afford to keep your players.
But I'm with the in-season stuff. Like, I think it's something different. Like I said, I think it actually caught Rachel's eye. Like, I was just watching a random game, and she was like, is that the real court or is it like for
what
TV?
crowd was talking about?
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like it's intriguing in that case. And I didn't know this too. Like it's they go by point differential. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know if you heard a couple nights ago, DeRozan on the Bulls was complaining that Pascal Siakam scored a dunk or whatever at the end. And he was like, that's poor sportsmanship or whatever. But it was an in-season tournament game, which, they go off point differential. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're kind of crying about it. But, it is what it is. It maybe have to grow on me. But given to the next thing, like, I'm not too interested because the Grizzlies just suck. You know what I'm saying? The Grizzlies are just horrible at this point now.
Now as you can see,
that's a nice hat too.
Yeah,
I like
man,
that. I like the hat. Yeah, I like the color.
Oh man, shout out to my brother. Paco got me this hat.
Okay, Pac.
Yeah, see, it was a birthday gift. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Vic. He said Pac in a glowing light.
Nigga, Paco got me this hat. He know what I like.
Yeah, okay.
He knows what I like. Okay, I got a whole TV in my garage. Like, I'm waiting to get to him. Okay?
See? Yeah.
Like, we smoke with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally. I was just saying. We smoke with each other. But no, but I don't root against the home team.
Yeah.
Controversial. I don't think we should have got rid of Dylan Brooks, but that's just this guy's opinion.
Oh. I ain't on that now. But, I think we should have got rid of him just because of
when we had Dylan Brooks and Ja wasn't here last season, we had a winning record.
I agree.
I agree. This year, and Ja is not here, and we getting our ass kicked every week. I'm just saying.
It's depressing, bro.
It's
depressing.
He was aggravating.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay,
stay with me,
mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use something from the movie Team America: World Police.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes a dick, but the thing about dicks is that
pause. Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
I don't think gay, so I don't pause about it.
Hey, it was just pause.
That's just me. I like nigga. If I'm gay, everybody gay.
Pause.
Like nah, nigga. I said nah, nigga. If I'm gay, nigga, I am testosterone. Fuck you mean?
Testosterone.
Nigga, like you look testosterone up. Nigga, you got a picture of me like
right there.
But like, so the thing about dicks is that people don't like dicks because dicks fuck pussies,
mm-hmm.
and so people feel a type of way about that.
Mm-hmm.
But going to the whole pause thing, dicks also fucks assholes. It too.
Oh.
So the thing about a dick, and so applying this to this analogy is that, like, on the one hand, yeah, you talk shit to LeBron,
mm-hmm.
and he makes you look bad,
mm-hmm.
right? Oh, you talked all that shit, you couldn't back it up. But on the other hand, when we're playing those teams where, like, you got a Draymond, you got a Dylan Brooks, that galvanizes everybody else.
Yeah,
that makes you like, okay, we riding with DB.
Yeah,
shouldn't talk shit to LeBron, but Draymond, like, fuck Draymond. Like, oh, we playing Minnesota, like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Rudy Gobert. Like, that's the mentality that, because think about it, like, we play Minnesota, like, we split with Minnesota.
Yeah.
It don't look like we finna split with Minnesota.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we play LA, like, we split with LA. Like,
we ain't split with nobody.
They breaking up, they foot off in our ass.
Yeah, we ain't split with nobody.
The thing about the Dylan Brooks is, yes, he took some shots he shouldn't have took.
For sure.
Yes, he talked sometimes at the wrong time, but he was one of those players. Could you imagine defensively him, Marcus Smart, Triple J? Could you imagine them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the way they would gas each other up.
Yeah.
The way they would, like, oh no, nigga, like, that would galvanize everybody else. Like, Marcus Smart isn't ingrained into the Memphis culture yet. Yeah. Dylan Brooks was like
he's
the
a
last
type
remnant
of player
of the grit and grind, right? Mm. I don't think, a couple of years back, I don't think they should have got rid of Grayson Allen. Mm. He fit that mold of, like, Grayson Allen is like one of them white dudes that we know from Memphis. Grayson Allen is Todd.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen is the dude from the hood. Like, Todd is Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
You don't get rid of Todd?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I would love Grayson Allen on this team.
He's a 3-point shooter. Yeah. He plays D. He don't have no problem. He down with the fighting.
Yeah. Now, this is what I say about the whole Dylan Brooks situation. Like, I think he had to go because I think he's playing a perfect role with Houston right now. If you look at Houston, like, Dylan Brooks has games where he's only shooting 6 or 7 shots, period. Like, he would never have done that with us.
But he's galvanizing the team, though.
For sure. Like, the swag part, like, we're missing the swag part that he brought to the team. But as far as he thought he was better than Desmond Bain. He thought he deserved more shots than Jaren Jackson. That's what he thought. So him not being here, if he was accepting the role that he's got right now with Houston, I would welcome him in open arms. But
who's the coach in Houston?
He's not Udoka.
And what I'm saying is that a product of
Udoka?
Think about this.
Udoka's a big part of that.
Think about this. Did not Dylan Brooks play for Fizdale?
Yeah.
He didn't do that with Fizdale.
Right.
Coaching.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So now if you got somebody who don't have the reins on, and so, but this is also what I'm saying too. So now you got a Marcus Smart here, you got a Derrick Rose here. Those are players that's gonna be like, hey, bro, slow down.
Yeah.
This ain't you're this generation Tony Allen.
Yeah.
That focus on that. But the thing is, and I'll give Dylan Brooks his props. After Tony Allen got hurt in Boston, he was never the same offensively. Dylan Brooks, I would dare say, based upon his performance, has had a better offensive performance than what Tony Allen had in his career.
Sure. Yeah.
Tony Allen would never be looked at as a 10, 12 points a game scorer.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks could have at least been that.
He can have that.
He could have at least been that.
But I was thinking like his mentality here in the Grizzlies, because he was here before before Jaren. So he thought he would have, he should be one of the top core three.
He thought he would have carte blanche.
You know what I mean? So my thing is, I wish he was here under certain circumstances, but I knew if he was here, he wouldn't be the type of dude he is in Houston, because he wouldn't. I've never seen a game where Dylan only took 6 or 7 shots. And that's a lot to do with what you said with coaching. Udoka, him pulling in the reins like, hey, bro.
Because you know what?
This is what it is.
Udoka does not fuck over his players. He only fucks the staff members of the teams that he is coaching.
Yeah, the white women. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I was making a joke.
You disrespecting Nia Long too, man.
I ain't disrespecting Nia Long.
Nia
Long will always be Debbie from Friday for me. Like if Nia Long stays in that moment, like Nia Long will always be jogging, and we're like, hey, like that Nia Long. Oh,
yeah, Nia.
That Nia Long, like nigga.
Nia fine.
My wife gonna have to give me a pass for that Nia Long.
Oh, April. You heard that?
She gonna understand.
No.
That Nia Long, like April was like, oh yeah, she was bad. And April, no. April said she was bad.
She bad, huh? Now
she know.
Now with the NBA, it's too early to even say anything right now.
Shout out to my wife. I don't get no passes. I'm just saying. But if I did, though,
yeah. You see, you had to say that.
If
right?
I did, though,
yeah. No, I thought your pass was making good. That was your pass.
That one too, though. But she knew that before. That's anybody that I was gonna marry. Like
that was your pass.
Like I get one.
Yeah.
With Megan Good, oh nigga, stop. Beautiful with 2 L's. You saw you guys serve.
This bad. Now
you saw Biker Boys.
Now my thing with the whole thing with the NBA is, it's hard for me to keep up with now just because the Grizzlies are so bad. Mm-hmm. So after the streak, the trajectory we were on for the last 2 or 3 years till we suck it now, I'm not hardly keeping up with. I'm still watching, but it's not as intriguing now. Like even in the in-season tournament, we haven't, in the groups that they have it, we didn't win one game. We're 0-4. So yeah, it is what it is with that, man. Let's move on to the NFL. Which
I see what you got on the list.
Yeah, because both of our squads are doing fairly well.
What you got in there
thus far.
Oh, you ain't got.
He gave her, but we got my the NFL playoff picture is coming into focus right now, and I think right now, I think I got it up. I think the 49ers are. Y'all would be number 2 if everything stopped.
Yeah, if
today.
Everything started today, we'd be behind the Eagles.
Y'all would be number 2, and we
do play them on Sunday.
I'm definitely chiming into that. Look. I will be
rooting.
rooting.
You want us to
I
win
will
that
be
one.
rooting for the 49ers.
You want us to win that one, Vic.
I will be.
You know what? I was mad at the trading deadline. Who we didn't make a trade for? I ain't gonna say it because it's close to home. But I would have loved to have a backup running back.
I'm pretty sure he'll love to be there.
In that offense, come on, man, stop playing.
I don't know, man. I think they doing a little E wrong or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but especially with the Giants at this point.
Nigga.
At this
behind
point,
CMC.
At this point,
and you ain't got to do. Come on, man. As much as we run.
At this point,
with that come on, man. With Trent Williams blocking and George Kittle blocking,
he need to get some run.
Man, stop playing with me. That's who I wanted. That's who I wanted anyway, though.
Yeah,
because he a different kind of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He kind of the out on the edge, like you know what I'm saying. Like CMC will run through the middle, but like he'll hit that. You know, Elijah Mitchell kind of like Elijah Mitchell like to try to run through the middle too, but like he hit the outside. You know, let me stop.
So right here, right now, the Eagles will be the number 1 seed. 49ers will be the number 2. The Lions will be the number 3 seed. The Falcons will be number 4 because they currently
NFC South.
Yeah, Cowboys we will be number 5 at this point. So
first spot in the wild.
We will be playing. If the playoffs started today, we will be playing the Falcons, and then 6 will be Seattle. 7 will be the Vikings, and so this is
Josh Dobbs.
This is what I.
You know what? I used to watch Caillou back in the day, and it's good to see Caillou is doing well in the NFL.
Yeah,
y'all know Josh Dobbs was like Caillou.
Y'all
can say what y'all want. I know that nigga rocket scientist.
Hey,
that nigga look like Caillou. Though.
He showed himself the other night though.
Yeah, no. Josh Dobbs is amazing.
I mean, not that way.
No. This is what I mean.
He had 4 picks.
This is what I mean. When you can go to any team and learn that offense in a couple of days.
For sure.
He's a legit rocket scientist.
Yeah, he deserves credit for that.
So, yes. Okay, yeah, he had 4 picks, but like, dude
all
has learned the Vikings playbook,
Arizona.
Cardinals playbook. Wasn't he on Pittsburgh at one point?
He was with Tennessee last year.
Tennessee.
He was with Tennessee
wasn't he on?
He was with the Steelers for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to learn all them play. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing with him.
Now, this is what I hope
He had
happens.
4 picks. That's less than what Mac Jones got.
Mac sucks, dog.
Play with it. That's less than what Bailey got.
This is what I hope and happen. I'm hoping y'all beat the Eagles this weekend. Mm-hmm. We play Thursday night, Cowboys. We play the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we go ahead and handle business with that. Okay, so this is what I'm hoping. Like, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I'd rather play the Eagles than play y'all in the playoffs. Okay. Straight up. Like honestly, so if we set up like
Jerry Jones still gonna be on the team?
For sure.
Y'all will never win another Super Bowl.
Stop it.
As long as Jerry Jones is the owner,
no.
You all will never win another Super Bowl.
You know, Johnson, we put him in the Ring of Honor.
Finally.
So that's gonna stop a lot of the mystique.
It doesn't change who Jerry is.
It don't change who Jerry is.
I feel like that you got to remember that was his boy. They went to college together.
Yeah.
They both played at Arkansas together.
Yeah.
He got more time behind him than he do in front of him.
Yeah.
That's something he wanted to do before he leave here. But this is the thing.
That's gonna help us out, bro.
A lot of people, and this is no shade, but like I remember we first started podding. One of our favorite pods was the I Am Athlete show. Mm-hmm.
And that's done went to a whole
went down. But why though?
We know
everybody like
that
you gotta you gotta know your role, and you gotta be okay with that.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman averaged almost 30 points a game in college.
Yeah.
He never averaged more than 10 in the NBA. Mm-hmm. He was okay with being the best rebounder.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like people like. Jerry wants to credit, and I was listening to something today, and they were talking about like Bill Belichick, and it was like he pushed Tom Brady out because he got tired of everybody talking about it was Tom Brady, and Ryan Clark was like, "Why does it matter? Mm-hmm. Y'all constantly going to Super Bowls. Who cares?
The media,
the team.
Yeah.
You're winning. You can't talk about the team without talking about regardless. Bill Belichick got 6 Super Bowls." you can say what you want. Maybe it was because of Tom Brady, but nigga, you are the GOAT of coaches because you have 6. No other coach got 5. No other coach got 4. I don't even know if any other coach got 3. John Madden is considered one of the greatest. I think John Madden only got 2, maybe 1.
He at least got 1.
But the only reason he considered one of the greatest because his team's winning percentage was like 73% of their games they won. But he's considered a GOAT because they won 73% of their games. Andy Reid got 2. As good as Andy Reid is, it's still 4 less than Belichick. Who cares if they saying it's because of Tom Brady? You're a part of greatness.
But if you look at it, like all the dynasties always broke up because of ego. The Bulls because of what's his dude name?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause. You know what I mean? The Patriots. You know, you look at it's just it's
the Temptations.
Tough. The Temptations.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
Destiny's Child. To a degree. But
now I will say this though. When them folks come together like Voltron, like they did at the Super Bowl that year, they're still on good terms. And I will say respectively.
I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, but I will say respectively, like because Michelle had their thing and the gospel thing.
Yeah.
Kelly has had hits that was like in the top 10 of Billboard charts.
Yeah,
Not necessarily Beyonce, but then she's actually acting wise is better acting wise than Beyonce, so she kind of transitioned into that. But then Beyonce is Beyonce, so like that they're the exception. But like you look at New Edition separately did not do as good as they did collectively. Bell Biv DeVoe had the one album. Ralph Tresvant had
a hell of an album though.
You know, it was.
Oh yeah, it was.
But then Hootie Mac, album. Nobody remembers Hootie Mac. Everybody remembers the Poison joint.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers Hootie Mac.
I apologize.
Ralph Tresvant.
Hey.
His first joint. Bobby Brown first joint did not do that good. The second one was the one that had like My Prerogative and all that. But like
Teddy
but then
Riley.
The third one,
not
so much.
Yeah.
Johnny Gill never had an album that was in the top 10 of the Billboard. Like collectively, New Edition did something that like a lot of groups didn't do. Like Boys to Men, like when they broke up, who cared about Wanye? But nigga, Boys to Men, nigga, it's so hard to say goodbye. Jagged Edge, like when they was together, them niggas broke up. Who gives a fuck? Like, let's just be like, ego is the thing that damages a lot of relationships. A lot of everybody wants to be the guy. And we talk about, I use a comedy analogy, like Paul Mooney. Everybody knows who Paul Mooney is. But for the longest time, Paul Mooney was cool being in the background of Richard. He rode that for years until Richard got to where he couldn't physically perform. And then it's like, oh, man, who was that dude on Chappelle's show? But he stayed in his lane. He was content being a writer for A Living Color. Homie the Clown. That was actually, they came up with it. They was like, that was Paul Mooney. That was the character. But like, he was content in being, I'll play my position. I don't care as long as the team winning, because if the team winning, I'm winning. I'm a part of that. I get the money that comes with that. Sometimes you can break away and want to be that dude.
Now, speaking of ego, like, I mean, you got to give Jerry a little credit here. Like, the ego Jimmy Johnson should have been in the Ring of Honor
years ago.
15, 20 years ago.
Nigga,
if not even 25 years ago.
Barry Switzer shouldn't be in the Ring of Honor. That was Jimmy's team.
I agree. Now, he
drafted the trio.
Him putting
Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman,
him putting Jimmy in, to me, tells me that he's kind of letting go some of that ego.
No.
He's letting go some of that ego.
Man, he need to do right by Dez Bryant. He need to do right by T.O.
I ain't worried about T.O. T.O. still be hating on us, man. I ain't worried about T.O.
Why, though?
He still be
because of how he got did by Jerry.
Yeah, I ain't whatever with T.O. with that. Now, okay, obviously, you think, who you think going to be probably coming out of the AFC? That you, just right now, you looking at certain games and stuff.
Baltimore.
Kansas City, Baltimore. Okay, that's what I pretty much say.
Kansas City or Baltimore.
Yeah, I would say the Chiefs at this point right now, and then, like I said, the NFC a toss up. If we in y'all bracket, the 49ers bracket, in the playoffs and like divisional, I don't like our chances, to be honest. But if we get into like with the Eagles and we got to go up to Philly, I like our chances to do something with that.
I mean, I ain't going to lie with us. And again, like all I've said about the 49ers from the beginning, I believe at least worst case scenario that we are going to be in the NFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. Now, whether we're playing y'all, whether we're playing Philly, maybe Detroit shocks the world. I just believe we're going to make at least worst case scenario the NFC Championship.
Because how do you it don't go by bracket, right? It goes by like seeding with the NFL. So it's like, I'm trying to think like, okay, y'all right now will be playing, if it started today, y'all will be playing the Vikings. Mm-hmm. You know, they're the 7th seed. Mm-hmm. So y'all beat the Vikings, okay. Then we beat the Falcons. And so the 5th seed. So I'm like, I think the 1 seed, since they got the bye, will be playing the lowest seed. Mm-hmm. So that would be us, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. So as of right now, how it's set up,
y'all will be playing. Y'all will be playing Philly in Philly.
We'll be playing Philly in Philly.
Mm-hmm. And then we would end up be playing.
You will be playing whoever the Lions.
We'd be playing
and
Detroit.
The Lions are Seattle or something like that.
We'd be playing Detroit in Levi.
So that scenario I like. Mm-hmm. I like us going. If we meet y'all in the NFC Championship game. I don't want to meet y'all before that. I don't want to meet y'all in the divisional round.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we meet the 49ers, I want to meet y'all right before we go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I have more confidence going against the Eagles.
If y'all play like y'all play versus trash teams every game, like I've always said, y'all paper champs.
Hey,
because I'm not gonna lie,
Dak is the MVP right now.
I love Brandon Ayuk. I would take CeeDee Lamb over Brandon Ayuk.
You better? Like what?
Okay,
you got to.
I wouldn't take Pollard, and again, I'm repping Memphis, but I wouldn't take Pollard over CMC.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But now, if he was our backup,
yeah,
all day,
yeah,
for sure, I would take him over Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
I would take Diggs over not Ward, but could I take him as like our second or third corner? Yeah. Could he be in our corner? Yeah.
We straight on corners.
Yeah.
We straight on corners.
As far as the third, and is Van Der Esch still playing?
He out for the year.
But what I'm saying is like, could Van Der Esch not play with Fred Warner back there in the come on, man, stop playing.
Yeah.
What's the other guy y'all got that just broke the record for pick sixes?
Bland. Deron Bland.
Would I not take Bland in our second? Come on, man, stop playing.
No, we good in the secondary. We good in the secondary.
So I'm saying y'all got some dudes.
We good in the secondary.
Could we not use Brandon Cooks over Jennings?
Yeah.
I would love Brandon Cooks
over
Jennings or Gallup over Jennings. Y'all got some guys. Y'all are, like I said, y'all are the paper champs. Would I take Dak over who is our second quarterback? Sam Darnold? Would I take Dak? Hell yeah.
Hey.
Doing a little hip swivel.
Hey. Dak is in the MVP conversation right now.
I mean, no lies.
He's top 3. He's top 3 right now. Now, my only thing, like, I want to say this about Tony Pollard. You mentioned him earlier. Tony Pollard, Memphis rep, I'm cool with him. But I think he's proven this year that I don't think he can be your
your O-line got to be set up for his style of running. But he's not a straight runner. He's not a north-south runner. He's an east-west runner.
I think
your O-line got to be set up, and your plays got to be called to utilize. He's more of a it really didn't matter where Barry was running. I'm trying to think of who was a good East-West
I think he
runner, more like Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell was an East-West runner,
but
right?
He
wasn't. He's not a Ezekiel Elliott, Emmitt Smith.
No, I
Hit
think
the whole like he's not that. He's not Melvin Gordon when he had his good run. Todd Gurley. He's not that. He's a hit the sides.
Yeah, he's not
angle.
He's not a bell cow type of dude. Like I don't think you can give him, 20, 25 a game.
He's more Reggie Bush than Adrian Peterson.
I think he needs his 15, 16 touches. Like we got another bag up in Rico Dow, which I think he's been doing fairly well. So, hopefully TP proved me wrong, and so he can kind of come up with that, man. But
man, what we got with this NBA stuff, man? Because I see you got in here.
You said NBA
boy from Josh.
Oh, you talking about Josh Giddey?
Brian, you been quiet back there. You got to chime in.
Now, Josh Giddey, like I don't know, whatever you know what's been happening, right? He's been under investigation for being a pedophile with being in a relationship
from Australia
with a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Allegedly. And so in the media,
17-year-old, I shoot niggas.
And a lot of
and a 15-year-old
media people have been like, well, not media people, but like black people have been like chiming in. Oh, y'all ain't giving the same energy as Ja, and and all this and doing that. Now, I get that. Now, his defense is this stuff is under investigation. People weren't talking about Ja like that until everything got all out after the investigation. We knew stuff and da. And so now they had all the information to actually say this. So I'm not going to get on people like Stephen A. Smith and stuff like that at this point in time now.
Somebody trying to holler at Young Z. She's 16. They 21.
It's over with.
Yeah, I'm riding with you. I got you.
16,
what
21.
What about you, JB? What if somebody trying to holler at Young Abby?
I mean, yeah, that's different. Now, I'm thinking about my younger days, and so I
21, I
was 20.
16?
Hollering, she wasn't 18. So, like the game. The game is like, if she's 16 and somebody 25 or 30, I think that's different.
I mean, like the worst thing, and I think I talked about this before. You remember?
It's just depend on the age.
Crib that time, and we had the thing where we was like prepaid legal, and the girl was like Roche Raglan.
Yeah.
Like, I legit had just turned 18, and the conversation that we had, she said she was 16. So like, I legit. Like, my birthday just happened. So, like, we're not even 2 years. Oh, we would have been in high school together.
Right.
Like, Vic, you remember my favorite, or your favorite of my ex-girlfriends that I dated when I was in high school, because you tried to get a number out of my mom back in the day. You knew all her sisters. I ain't going to say the name on camera, but you remember they went to Bogle with you. Wow. All the sisters. Yeah. The initials are A-N.
I'm figuring that
Same name as my wife.
Oh!
Yeah, you remember, right. So, like, but with her, when I was dating her.
Oh, we're not saying her name.
Right, we're not going to say her name.
I was finna bust out loud.
Right. So remember, I was a senior, and she was a freshman. Oh, so, okay. Like, I'm like, okay, this chick, you're older than the girl I just dated, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm cool. I didn't find out. Nigga, I'm in church. I can't say the person's name, but all I would say is it's a breakfast bread. People eat it. You put butter on it. It begins with an M. She saw me in church one day. Was like, she was doing like this. I'm like, what you talking about? She was like, I'm disappointed in you. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I thought you was better. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, I ain't know you liked them young. I'm like, nigga, I don't be messing with nobody young. Like, what you mean? And she was like, oh, well, old girl, she in the same grade as me. I'm like, you going to the 9th grade? Like, what you talking about? She was like, yo, I've been in school with her since we was in 1st grade. No. She said she a junior. Now, again, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I just turned 18. You're 16.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no different if somebody was 14 and I'm 16.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's, like, what are we talking about? If I'm 30 and somebody's 28, like, what are we talking about?
Well, not even that. Like,
if I'm 40 and somebody's 38, what are we talking about?
3 or 4 years.
If I'm 20 and somebody's 18, or if I'm 22 and somebody's 20, like, what are we talking about? My mom and dad, when they got married, my dad was 23, my mom was 20. Like, what are we talking about? Now, if we go backwards a few years, when my dad was 20, my mom would have been 17.
Now,
like, what are we talking about? I'm not saying that it's okay for somebody to be sitting outside of a high school or waiting outside of the skating ring or the bowling alley. But what I am saying is that, like, the church we all grew up in, what is the age range of children's church? Wasn't that 6 through 12? Like, realistically, like, everybody we was in, so you had a 6-year gap. Mm-hmm. When I was 12, it was people that was 6 that, like, I knew, because we was all in children. You go to teens ministry. What's the age range? 13 to 18, right? You got 8th graders in there with seniors and in some cases, some people who just graduated high school had started college. Like, you finna be a freshman in college in there with an 8th grader. We all knew each other. In some cases, some of these people got married.
Yeah.
Right? Am I lying? We know some of these folks, they got married. Mm-hmm. They got kids together. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not talking about somebody who's purposely trying to groom somebody or who's trying to take advantage of somebody. But, like, when you legit know somebody.
Yeah. I'm just saying, is a 5-year gap really, like, and this is for me, because, like I said, for me, my wife 8 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But
you're a pedophile.
But when I met her, she was 20. I was 28.
Y'all was both grown.
You know what I'm saying? We were both grown. Now, for me going to TSU,
but now if she was 12 and you were 20, that
it would be different.
But
it'll be a different story. But
back when she was 12, you were 20.
But
you didn't know her then.
But I was saying, like, me going to college, like me going to TSU and coming back here, like, you know, we all knew people that were still in high school. Mm-hmm. I knew people that were still in high school that was interested in me, that they were 16-ish, 17, you know what I mean? And so
when you were a senior and they were freshmen,
right?
And you, like, on a tennis team, you might have had some freshmen or some sophomores that was on the team with you that was choosing up,
right? And so, given that, just like him being, just like even after you graduate college, I graduated from TSU, you still hanging around college, right? So you still hanging around in the mix with 18.
So when you're 23,
17,
24, you still hanging with 18, maybe 19.
Well, you're not hanging with them, but they're in the same vicinity.
Y'all got the same friends.
Right. They're in the same vicinity. So, you know, as disgusting as they make the media making this sound, like, dudes just turned 21. So it's like, I don't look at him like an R. Kelly, like thinking but it's kind of,
when you're 30 and somebody's 15, that's fucking different.
That's different.
That is not the same.
But I'm saying, like, this dude just turned 21, so a 16, 17-year-old is still, to me, kind of in his range.
And do we know, though, did she tell him?
Yeah, we don't know all the information.
That she was 16.
Right. Yeah, we don't know that.
I'm gonna tell
right. She might have lied.
And I'm not gonna get none of my, like, because y'all know some of these people. Actually, one of them commented on one of your posts the other day.
Uh-oh.
But, like, nigga, I was up in Studio G. Nigga, I was like 14. They didn't even check me for ID because I had the mustache. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
So I'm up there, like, in there with grown people.
Right.
Okay? Like, they going to certain strip clubs like, nigga, Pure Passion, Ebony Lace, with now I think it's still called Jet
Ebony
Strip,
Lace.
but like,
Boy.
Ebony, like, nigga, $5 go a long way, Ebony Lace.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
nigga, I'm in there.
I went there when I was 18.
I'm in there being molested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I knew I was trying to see titties. Now, in hindsight, was that dumb? Yes. Should I have been there? No. But I knew I'm sneaking out of my folks' house to go hang with older people. And again, some of these people, we talk about it off camera because some of them we may have as guests. But they're having me with them. I'm in places I should not have been in. But check this out. I also knew chicks who I was in school with who was 16 saying they was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Saying like, oh, I got a late birthday. So like their boyfriend is 22.
So are you saying women lie?
I got it all day.
Now, I think we had this conversation off camera. Vic, I think you was included. We were asking, like, I knew when I was in high school, went to Craigmont, I knew girls that was juniors and seniors in high school that were dating dudes that were 24, 25 years old, and they come to school bragging about it, telling them how, Vic, can you attest to this?
Or they dudes will come pick them up.
I think you probably knew the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
They dudes come pick them up.
They come pick them up.
Like,
they
who was that
older.
in the Cutlass? Or who was that in the Lexus? Like,
He go to the University of Memphis. He a junior and senior in the University of Memphis, and this girl a junior and senior in high school.
and sometimes a sophomore.
Yeah.
Nigga, but like, and I'll show you a picture of this chick, not on camera, but we had a chick that we graduated with. Like, I remember we was in 10th grade, and we thought she was a teacher. Mm-hmm. She was that. Mm-hmm. Nigga, her body was that, and to this day, she looked like she has not aged. Nigga, black really does not crack at all.
Yeah.
Like, this, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry, baby, but like, if she threw it at me, like, you just have to forgive me. Like, I'm saying, but that's how bad she is to this day. Her body is still like, you had how many kids? You still, but she looked like a grown ass woman in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, like we have substitute teachers come in and she be walking down the hallway and she wasn't real provocative. She just looked, she carried herself in such a way like, and I'm not even gonna lie. Obviously, she was experienced because I remember we were seniors. Were seniors, and one of the niggas like she was liking them. We skipping. We at somebody's house for a house party. She's like, you know what? I'm finna give you everything you're looking for. It wasn't even 2 minutes. That nigga wasn't even 2 pumps. Right? She knew what she was doing, and he did. Like, he thought like, nah, she been. But obviously, she done been with somebody because she knew what the hell she was doing, because he was through. That nigga tapped out like Brock Lesnar when Kurt Angle had him in the ankle lock. Nigga, he tapped like fucking Savion Glover, Sammy Davis Jr., Gregory Hines, like he was the king of tap. Mm-hmm. That was a grown woman.
Yeah.
But she was the same age as us. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is I knew women who lied about their age.
Right.
And was bragging to each other about lying to their age. Yeah. So, on the one hand, you sitting up at a high school being predatory, you deserve to be thrown up under jail.
Yeah. If that's what you do.
You hanging out the skating rink or the bowling alley or wherever kids are going nowadays. You're in TikTok videos. Like, nigga, I'm Chris Hansen. Like, what are you doing here? Oh, you're not getting any cookies. We're going to cook you. Nigga, like, we to catch a predator. But at the same time, if I lie, like, what's homeboy they be making the meme of him? It said he was like a gynecologist. Like, it was just like, and these women sitting up there on the table, and this nigga sitting there with the glasses on, lying, looking at for JJ all day. And somebody can say, oh, you're sick. You showed that young man your coochie. He lied. He was acting like he was a real doctor. Mm-hmm. This nigga picture looked like a real doctor profile picture. Like, He lied.
That's my
he
point.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to look at Cooch.
Yeah. But that's my point with this whole thing. Like, this take that I'm having is totally different than what everybody wants me to have.
Malika Andrews need to keep the same energy that she had when she was coming at Ime Udoka and Stephen A for talking about, the woman doesn't need to be exposed. Keep that same energy for Josh Giddey.
When the info come out, I agree with that. But right now, though, like you said, the young lady may have lied, said she actually 16, but said she was 18. But you being 21, you got 3-4 years where, you know what I'm saying, you still around like your age range to where I don't really fault him for right now for the allegations that are coming out.
If they was in college, 21-year-olds, we've all been to college. 21-year-olds hang out with 18-year-olds.
18-year-olds.
Nigga, 23-year-olds hang out with 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Because you got fifth-year seniors. You got niggas that ain't decided or declared on their majors. They're hanging out with somebody who just graduated high school.
Right.
It's 24-year-olds working on their masters that's hanging out with somebody who just got out of high school.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's right.
No, it's not.
I'm saying is, like, let's not act like that doesn't exist.
Right.
Let's not act like that some of y'all with a fake ID, being fast, trying to get into places you had no business being in, you get what you pay for. That's all I'm saying. I did some stuff I shouldn't have done when I was a teenager. Had somebody open fire on me, I shouldn't have been breaking in somebody's house. If the police had showed up when I was doing that, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I should not have been there. I was supposed to be in my house, sleep. I was supposed to be at school. We in there going through somebody's window. If somebody had been sitting on the other side of the window with a gun, I wasn't supposed to be there. I was supposed to be in class. The geometry class that I had to take 3 years in a row because I was skipping, I would have passed it the first time. And that's all I'm saying. Accountability is something that people don't want. When we fuck up, we want to blame somebody else for why we did what we did or why we didn't do what we were supposed to do.
Yeah. I'm with it. Like I'm until more information comes out about this whole situation. Like I said, maybe Josh Giddey was sitting outside of a high school or something, maybe, but we don't know that. But as far as it being just
and how it relates to Ja, the first time Ja pulled a gun, he didn't get suspended.
No.
When he was whooping ass outside his house, he didn't get suspended. When they were putting the red dot on the Indiana Pacers, he didn't get suspended. Like, nigga, you got a long length of rope. It's not the same thing. It's not apples and apples.
After the third or fourth time when the investigation got out, then he got, you know what I'm saying, what he got. So we'll see about this Josh Giddey situation. Like, I just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's go to your boy, though.
Coach Prime. Coach, no. Hold on, no.
I'm finna cross my legs, Crown.
Coach Prime.
I'm finna put the...
Because what y'all don't understand is we had a lot of off-camera talks about Coach Prime. And really, I was the only one that kind of always had his back. Vic and even Rag over here was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, was kind of taking a different take. Now, okay, the assessment of his first year with Colorado, okay, he was 4-8, 1-8 in the Pac-12.
They won 3 more games than what they won last year.
3 more. That's progress, though, right? That's progress. Vic?
No.
Huh?
Mine ain't progress.
I mean, like, going from an F to a D is progress.
If you 1-11 the year before, and you 4-8, now the context is how you got to 4-8. They won their first 3. They beat TCU the first game. Had all the hype.
What's TCU record right now?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. So basically, you beat nothing.
If that hard schedule happened in the second half of the season,
the Pac-12 is tough.
Every single
when they played competition, they did not beat competition.
They did not. There was in every game. Like this is. I want to know what y'all thought, but this is what I say of his assessment of the first year. I think he did. I thought he would win 5 or 6 games. That's what I thought.
All I'm gonna say is,
at the best, I thought he would win 5 or 6 games.
God told you to go there, then God told you to take that ass whooping. So it is what it is.
Hey.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
If that's what you saying, if he told you to go, because when you went to Jackson State, he wasn't 4-8. He was great.
Yeah. You in the swag, though.
Oh, but what I'm saying is that they weren't that before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
He took a team that was like middle of a pack. He goes to the SWAC. They're the class of the SWAC.
Yeah, the class is like when they got there.
You go to the Colorado. They're at the bottom of the Pac-12.
Mm-hmm.
They're still at the bottom of the Pac-12.
Yeah.
But that's where God told you to go. So apparently, if we're going by scripture, next year it's going to be a ram in the bush. So hopefully, he's going to get him a Reggie Bush or somebody. You know what I'm saying? George Bush. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Some Bush. Bush's baked beans. I don't know. But next year, he's going to be in a bowl game, hopefully.
For sure.
I'm not saying, but like I said, and I said this at the beginning, we'll see. But in the first season,
it's progress.
I don't know what God you praying to. But my God ain't got me going 4-8. That's all I'm saying.
Stop it.
My God ain't got me going 4-8.
Stop it.
Nigga, my God would have me 6-6. At least I break even. I'm just saying.
Well, God ain't got nothing to do with the record, though.
I didn't bring. He the one who brought God up.
Okay, but he didn't say
God told me to go to Colorado.
He didn't say God was we're gonna be 6-6. He didn't say nothing like that. He just said God told me to go there, and he doing what he do. Now
he did say God told him to do that though.
To go to Colorado.
Was the whole conversation we had.
Yeah, to go to Colorado.
So hopefully he get through this adversity. Next year he win more than 6 games.
He gonna win more than 6 games next year for sure.
Next year he win more than 6 games.
He gonna actually win probably 8+. You know what I mean?
And if that happens, and I'll be the first one, if I'm wrong, correct me.
If they go from 1 to 4, from 4 to 8. Or more, I think they're gonna win more than 8 games next year. This is not progress.
6 or 7,
huh?
I believe it's gonna be 6 or 7 next year.
Shador is gonna be the best quarterback in the country next year.
Now,
because Caleb gone,
huh?
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah,
and big.
Shoot, Caleb went 8-4 though.
Big Phoenix. Who got the best last name ever? Because I get some sweatshirt made Big Penix energy. But I'm just out here putting my Penix out. Just sitting here.
They gotta give his hard time because he got top recruits.
Who?
Prime.
He got a lot of decommitments.
And you out here losing.
He got a lot of decommitments.
But I'm talking about this year playing.
Okay.
You got top recruit playing. You just out here losing.
No, he ain't got top recruit this year. He ain't really top recruit this year, man.
What's that? Wide
he had Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter
is what?
Number 1.
Yeah, he came with him from Jackson State.
That's what I'm saying.
My thing is, look, with this whole thing with Coach Prime is just like with the transfer portal, they had room to kind of make some stuff, but as we see, the offensive line was trash. Their defensive line was trash. And so now he don't like even the decommitments they have is from like 2025, pretty much. Because most of the people that they're gonna be coming in is from the transfer portal. And so that's why I say and next year they're gonna be in the Big 12. So they ain't gonna be in the Pac-12 about to just blow up. So everybody pretty much about to go. So that's why I'm like, they about to win at least 8 games next year. And so, and honestly,
remains to be seen.
If you look at it, they only got blew out
all I'm gonna say
twice.
What Michael B. Jordan saying
twice.
Black Panther, is this your king? That's all I'm saying.
Hey.
So
Coach Prime is my guy.
I'm not, like Deion Sanders is definitely my guy.
Nah. This the only thing.
Who are the 2 teams that I root for that he played for? Did he not play for the 49ers?
He did.
Did he not play for the Braves?
Play for the Cowboys though. But yeah, he played for the Cowboys.
Everybody,
Yeah, I mean that's
people a lot. I mean, some
Cowboys.
people that we love do harem.
Hey.
But he played for the 49ers. He played for the Braves. So I always have a special place in my heart for him because, like I said, when I started really getting into baseball, it wasn't just David Justice. It was him. Mm-hmm. It was Prime. Yeah. It was Fred McGriff. Like he was on that Braves team.
He was on that.
That lost in the World Series. Like, he was one of those guys. Yeah. He played for the 49ers. He got me another championship. You know what I'm saying? I mess with Prime. But when you start throwing the Lord in there, I'm like, nigga, you really, I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to see what happens next year.
This is what I think about Prime. The only thing that I would kind of give him like some, kind of ease up a little bit is that we know his bravado, his swagger, how he likes to talk, like kind of the same way Penny talked when he first got to Memphis. And you see how Penny is now. He ain't really talking about we want all the smoke and stuff. Now he kind of letting his recruiting do the talking. He letting his players do, doing what he do.
Boogie Ellis is averaging over 20 points for USC.
Yeah, they still suck though. But
I'm just saying, did we not have Boogie Ellis?
They still suck though.
Okay.
But I'm saying like,
out there.
if Coach Prime was like he was one of the best athletes to ever play any sport, period. And so sometimes I think he talks like he's still playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you might have to ease back a little bit because you can't be out there on the field for your players. You know what I'm saying? So if he could ease back a little bit on just a little bit on the bravado and let because to me, he putting a target on their back every week. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the problem, I think, to where teams that usually wouldn't show up are going to show up when they play against Colorado because of his mouth and other stuff like that. Like, to ease back on that a little bit, to give yourself, because everybody ain't like you on that team. Like, Travis Hunter is, but like, you can't to put that type of target on the
line that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and you need to go out and get an O-line.
Defensive line that doesn't exist.
And so for you to put that target on your back every week to your players, a lot of them they ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are built like that. And so the only thing I'm saying with him, he may want to ease up a little bit to where you don't have to change who you are, but change like your language that you do publicly, because you putting a target on your team's back and they ain't built to take it.
Like he's the one out there, to your point.
That's what I'm saying.
There's like he's going out there performing.
You
don't have Warren Sapp on the D line. You don't have a Prime in the secondary. You don't have a Troy Aikman, Steve Young throwing the ball.
Right.
I mean, as good as Shador is.
Shador cold though.
Yes, but
he cold.
You don't that.
Man, put that boy in the SEC and let's see if he cold. Man,
cold, man. He'll still be cold, man.
You gotta put him in the SEC.
You don't have a Ricky Waters or Emmett running the
ball.
Man, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have like
he can throw that jump better than Caleb.
What?
He can throw that jump better than Caleb.
You trying to give me the talk now? Trying to give me the talk.
He can throw that jump better than Caleb.
He can't even handle the pocket better than Caleb.
Bruh.
Caleb in the Bible, like Caleb.
Caleb Williams. What's his name? Williams.
Come on, man.
He can throw better than Caleb, dog.
What?
He just can't run like him, no.
If
Caleb a better athlete.
What Colorado in the Pac? What is that?
Caleb is a better athlete.
What is Caleb being?
Caleb is a better quarterback.
What is Colorado in? What conference they in?
Big Pac-12.
If you put Caleb in the Pac-12,
no, Caleb is in the Pac-12.
Oh, they are in the Pac-12.
They both in the Pac-12.
Now look, I give it to you.
Shador can slice that thing.
No. If he had time, like Shador do,
which he will next year, because they gonna bring them big boys up front.
If he had time,
that's what he missing.
If he had time,
the boy cracked his back.
Man, Caleb put a target on his back just like Dion and them did. That's the only reason that's coming out like they are right now.
What you talking about? Because of what? Because you think what?
Because he put a target on his back.
Yeah, no, Caleb different though.
Yeah. Well, Shador did too, because after they win, he put up the little stuff and doing that.
I'll give you that.
So it kind of worked with that too.
Messing with him on the field, though.
Not on the field. Not on the field.
Shador is not
on the field.
Shador is not. At best,
Shador is good.
No. At best, Shador is still at least the third best quarterback coming out. At his best. This is
what you got. Caleb Bo.
Oh shoot, I forgot about Bo Tix. But I was thinking about Michael Penix.
Bo 26 years old, dog.
What that got to do with it?
He ain't gonna be that good of an NFL quarterback to me. I think he a good college quarterback.
Nigga, LeBron is 45. And he's still the greatest.
I think
in his generation. I'm saying, like, no, I forgot about Bo Nix. I was thinking about Michael, Penix.
Oh, yeah.
Big Penix. Big PP.
Now, I
He's
think,
got the best last name ever.
I think Shador.
That nigga is an eggplant emoji.
If Shador was put in the right situation, like C.J. Stroud, he would be doing what C.J. Stroud is doing now in the NFL.
Who did C.J. Stroud play for?
The Texans.
No. Who did he play for in college?
Ohio State.
Ohio
State.
So basically, what you're saying, if Shador was at Alabama or Ohio State, he would be the guy.
He would be that nigga.
Oh, okay.
Anybody would.
Just
no, they wouldn't.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Y'all, look. Shador.
Mac Jones was great at Alabama.
That nigga was all right.
He's almost out of the league.
He was
right
all
now.
right. He was all right.
Didn't he win the national title?
Did he?
Yes.
Did it? I don't know.
Did Mac Jones win? Like they
As
won.
the starter, he might have did.
Yes.
He might have.
Yes.
He might have.
And what I'm saying is, he's almost out of the league now.
Well, he played for the Pats though.
I'm saying, but in Alabama's system, now granted, and Jalen Hurts didn't look good in Alabama system to some degree. He went to Oklahoma and balled out.
He did.
But it's like, oh, forget Jalen Hurts, we got Tua. But it's like, oh, Jalen was in that too. Tua did good, but then initially, people was like, oh, Tua's a bust. Tua healthy, he our world. But Mac Jones, he's a solid NFL quarterback, Pro Bowlers, first year. Now he's looking like
they saw Tom Brady 2 in him.
Right,
That's what they thought.
But what I'm saying is
which they were dead wrong.
When you get put in certain systems, you can look good.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of that system.
But I'm telling you,
and I feel like with Alabama's O-line and the wide receivers and the running backs, hell, I could go back there right now in Alabama. They'll be like, oh, that Roche Ragland kid is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not. I'm going to get sacked more than
That's how I
Derek
feel
Carr.
about Georgia quarterback.
I'm going to get sacked more than Derek
Yeah,
Carr.
Georgia just got a good whole team and system going on. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I think priming them next year.
He's a great father. He's a great parent.
Yeah.
Speaking of parenting, let's talk about your boy, the King of the South.
T.I.
Our guy.
T.I., yeah. He the other day they was at the Falcons game. I think they was up in a suite. Did you see it, Vic?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like crying, because I saw the clip. I didn't know.
I saw the clip.
When I saw the clip, I didn't know he was talking to his parents. I thought he was talking to just a random person. Because he kept saying, like, y'all don't play with me, I stand on business. I'm thinking, like, oh, who?
Nah, they were talking. Yeah.
He's talking to Clifford and Tiny.
Yeah, like, where to start on this? Because the whole thing where King Harris was talking about, to where I think T.I. and Tiny were talking about that he had a silver spoon in his mouth from growing up. Clearly, like, if anybody saw his reality TV show, since King was on there as a baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, we saw the big houses, the cameras and all that stuff around. Yeah. And so it's kind of the same thing. I don't know if you remember on the Undisputed, Michael Irvin was talking about his son that was a rapper. He was like, this nigga, you talking about my life. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in a gated community. You grew up in a gated community. You didn't grew up in the hood like that. So you rapping about my life. And so King Harris
kind of like all of our, because we got kids that's all within 4 or 5 years of each other. Like, hell, especially like with Vic's son and my young, it's like you grow up in the suburbs. Like, you're not
right.
But nigga out here. None of yours, like, because, like, I want to say they've been out this way their whole life.
Yeah, everybody. Like, everybody.
Now, all 4 of them, like.
EJ, we was still up. We was in Appleton Lakes, though. That was in Cordova. Nice apartments out there before we moved out here.
But I'm saying when it was
born, everybody else.
It was at John Allen there, right?
You talking about the Meadows? I was single over there.
No, I'm saying when y'all got married, though.
When we got married, yeah.
He wasn't born when y'all was over there?
Mm-mm. He was born in Appleton Lakes. out there, Nova.
I don't know why I thought he was that. I don't know why I thought EJ was over there.
Mm-hmm. No, he was at the. Now all of them
So
pretty much around here.
Everybody in a good.
Everybody in
the
good.
What I'm saying, like low crime
in a good community, good. You know what I'm saying,
you know
around
y'all
like
can walk in the neighborhood at night.
Right.
You know, you might accidentally leave your car unlocked. You ain't got to wake up in the morning and be checking to see.
Right.
If somebody break into it.
Yeah, and the whole thing with that, like people, it's just the fad. Like you want to be like your dad is T.I. Your dad is everybody can
Grammy nominated.
Everybody can vouch for him on the street. You know what I'm saying? You got people that you know from Atlanta that be like, oh yeah, no, T.I. was that dude that he said he is in his lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, King, you want to vouch for like. It's just something like this. Just me. Like I don't know. Like I didn't grow up like in the hood. We grew up in Raleigh when Raleigh was like a cooler neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Raleigh didn't start getting bad until further on down in high school.
90s.
You know what I'm saying? And so I never say I'm like from the hood, but you ain't got to be from the hood to still know the streets. Though.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or not to be a punk. Like I just think some of these young dudes kind of get it twisted to where it's like. To be like, to say you not hood don't mean like you still like, I'm saying like you still a sucker. Are you just kind of like not hard? Like, but to me, you don't have to be from the hood and still not be a punk and still not be, you know what I'm saying, putting all that stuff. Cause I think he was saying like he wanted to be outside the gates over his grandma's house because he didn't like to be in that gated community. That's what he was saying in that clip. And so, and then he tried to I think he was trying to physically, touch T.I. You see that? You get that far in the clip to where he was like, he started pushing T.I. And then T.I. was like, oh, this ain't what you want. You can't handle me. And so, me having a son now, 8 years old, I had a little nigga speech with EJ the other day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like.
I'm waiting on crowd to have this speech.
It's almost.
a nigga speech.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you can see some of this stuff happening to where your son at some point gonna test your, you know what I'm saying, your manhood.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying, to a degree.
Vic ain't gonna be as nice as you. Vic gonna tell his son he got him fucked up. And then Vic left-handed. Right? So Vic gonna tell, and I already know, like, Vic's son probably gonna be right-handed, but, like, he don't know that, like, nigga, he a southpaw. You ain't ready. I'm coming.
I ain't ignorant.
You know what I'm saying? You say I'm ignorant, but you already know I know.
Son wasn't busy enough as a kid. I feel like he ain't got not one structured activity under his belt. Not one. Yeah. He didn't even go to school. He was at his grandma's house. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and then you need to know who you raised. Yeah. T.I., what you arguing with your son for? You know. Yeah. I know King. It feel like I know King better than T.I. from that video. Yeah. Like, I knew King was going to raunch up like, you know what I'm saying? Get up like that. Yeah. And he going to get off with him just like he is.
Yeah. He stands on business.
Come on. T.I. like what, 40? T.I.
He older than us.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. You up here. You know how your son, they probably was having a conversation.
That's tough though, Vic. You think you wouldn't engage into
I would know my son enough to know that he finna try to take it there.
Right.
Like if like the conversation we had, they probably was having was talking about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Clowning him.
Yeah.
And you know,
and obviously it was on video too because he had his phone.
Yeah. Right you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna clown my son, and then when he turn up, it's like, okay, come on, let's check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying he need to understand King like you was raised how you was raised, but you know how he's going to react, is what I'm saying. And you ready to jack with him? Like, what is going on?
That nigga over 18, ain't he?
I think so. He might be.
It's overseas now.
Further my point, King wouldn't have been at the Falcons game or wherever they was at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if our it looked as if the relationship is kind of strained.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
all I know is if I would have, y'all know my dad. If I would have rose up a big rag like that, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You wouldn't have rose up a big rag like that. That's the point I'm making.
No. I thought about it when I was 17. I had a thought. And that was the quickest fight of my life.
Was he clowning you though in this?
No, but it
That's
was like,
a big factor.
Hold on. What did he say? Kind of clown on though. He was.
I'm
just
saying
like
for
I
that to happen.
From the T.I. part, I just saw the King part.
For that to happen, it started off with "Don't play with me, don't play with me."
Yeah.
Like that's what he started off in. Like somebody's having a conversation about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's why I get that from. They might not have been talking about.
Now
but
Tiny was saying a lot too, but everybody want to focus on T.I. because he's the bigger figure in the household and stuff like that. But Tiny was like, "Nah, you was sucking your pacifier. You know what I'm saying? We had you on that pacifier on that silver spoon." And so Tiny was saying a lot too, but he ain't about to buck up to his mama like that.
No, he ain't gonna.
And so when T.I. started to say more, he started to try to.
Man, could he say that shit because the camera was on?
Yeah.
And this is not the same T.I. that went to jail for having all them AKs and shit. Like, if T.I. would have slapped the shit out of his ass, like, and that's the problem. They took the whoopings out of school. You can't discipline your kids no more. Like, it's we need to be, not because you had a bad day at work, not because you hate your life and you feel like you could have been a contender.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando, I could have been a contender, not because of that, but like if you get disrespectful, guess what? Guess what I got for you?
You can get
I
choked.
got that man. I'm gonna choke the shit out of you.
Get
Slap
choked.
the shit out of
Get
you.
that Draymond. Get that
you
Draymond hold.
I'm gonna give you that 2-piece and a biscuit. Like that should exist so your kids know not to get out of line. But it's not that anymore. You're not afraid of anything anymore. Like when your kids tell you, "I wish you would touch me," I'm call the police. Like the fuck, like what bills you pay around here?
I don't feel like he was getting that.
No, what I'm saying is though.
You don't think King was getting out of line? You don't think so?
I feel
we didn't see
he's
the whole video,
reacting.
though. It's
I
not-
feel like
whatever
he's
clip, I don't know how
reacting.
long it was.
I just feel like he's reacting. Getting out of line is you at the Falcons game talking to your father. He ain't shit. You ain't this. You ain't in rap. You can't rap no more. That's getting out of line. But if you talking about me, if you're having a conversation about me and I'm defending myself, and you get offended off me defending myself, that's not getting out of line.
Now,
I mean, but what are they having a conversation?
the context though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like why? Like because again,
The context
only
of a
video
silver
shows
spoon.
him going back and
That,
forth.
but that's
like I'm
demeaning to
standing
a
on
person.
business.
But why is that demeaning?
Why did he
though?
get to that point?
But no. For the clip that I heard, I don't know if he was the whole conversation is basically about saying like he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. King was like, "No, I didn't." You know what I'm saying? I was still out here, Brando. What I don't know what he was talking about, Bando neighborhood or something like that. And so he was defending himself on that to where it's like sounding like, "No, you didn't grow up in the hood." And he was like, "Well, no,
Right.
I kind of did." You know what I mean? It's like what? How can you defend yourself on that to where, nigga, we saw you grow up on TV on these
exactly.
on these reality
I think
shows.
It was more of a clowning thing, though. That's the only way you would defend it. If somebody say you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth and then they move on with the conversation, there's nothing to talk about. But if somebody say, "Yeah, Shay, you was spoiled," and then this person say, "Yeah, you did this," and then this person say, "Yeah, you did this," and you don't remember some of these things because you was 4, 3, and 4 years old, it's pissing you off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know where you at now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth, but it's like that can all go away. You know what I'm saying? And you might not feel that way no more. That's why I say that was clowning them. Because you ain't mentioning it.
Yeah, silver spoon can that can
You know what
be
I'm saying?
like, I get that. You know what I mean? It can be like, but I mean, you did though. Like
You did, but
did,
I
though.
feel like T.I.
Gated
should
community.
know his
gated.
You
Like,
should know your child
Man,
enough
yeah.
to know, yeah, he probably finna jump up at this. We clowning him about his silver spoon in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't,
Yeah.
you can't just.
I mean, but my thing is like, are you clowning because his camera's there? Or are you clowning because like that's your natural reaction?
It sounded natural to me coming from T.I.
He been trying to get away
No,
from that
no, I'm
moniker
talking about his
a
son.
long time.
Nah,
It's like
yeah.
okay, because I know it's eyes watching and everybody's looking. So I know you're not going to respond a certain way. So now I can come at you a certain way because I know you got to protect your image. You're in these Marvel movies. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how his stand-up career going, you're an Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're one of these guys now.
Uh-huh.
So are you going to slap the shit out of me and risk that? Or you going to sit up here and take it? So I can pop off and be as rude and disrespectful as I want to be, because I know you're not finna fuck up that Disney money. Because that Disney money hit different. So I'm finna be as rude as out of place and just, oh, mama, y'all about to do a Escape reunion and go on a tour or whatever. You're not finna fuck up that money. What y'all want to do? I stand on business. What y'all stand on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, going back to Crown Point, like, we don't know what happened prior to that. We only saw the blow up. Like, what was the conversation before it got to that point?
Just from the outside looking in, like, just keeping up what I have been of, like, with Vic saying, like, their relationship. Like, you can tell, like, T.I. and King's relationship is, like,
Strained.
Yeah, testy, you know what I'm saying, to say the least. And so, you know, it's, you know, I do think that, you know, King definitely got out of line just because.
Oh, he definitely got it.
You know what I mean? Like, but to me, it's a deeper issue.
So if you would have went at your pops like that, would you still be living?
No,
you wouldn't have did it though.
For sure not.
Your brother, ain't y'all say he a bad like your brother? Would he have done it?
In that way, do you think?
But that what I'm saying.
Tommy would have done it?
And would your daddy expect him to react that way?
That way?
Yeah, they got.
You think he would have went that way?
You got to think about.
I mean, I'm saying you think he would have went that way?
It depends on how that conversation went. Yeah. Like if you
clowning
him,
we had real life things.
Like if you like this, why you did this, and you ain't did nothing your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go that route with it, it's over with.
But to me, it's a deeper thing because it's just like something in you, like you want to be something that you really not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got all the tattoos. I think he do music, right? He a rapper? I think he a rapper.
Yeah, no, him and Boosie's son was supposed to have like
Yeah. So it's like that whole persona is like, nah, you can't. I was like, but bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you sound hood, you got the hood look, but nigga, you.
All I know is if I would have came in Big Red like that, we would be having this conversation.
I'll be over with.
Nigga, I'll be pouring out something in my damn gravestone.
It'll be over with. So, all right. So now this next one, like a couple other things before we shut down here. Like, Vic, you know about the Rod Wave situation with him stealing lyrics and stuff like that?
I heard.
You heard some stuff? The alleged, like...
You know. Whose lyrics did he steal?
Boosie and somebody else.
Oh, you know what? I did see that because he was talking about, yeah.
It's alleged, like... Now, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I saw the song that Boosie was suing him for, and I listened to both of them.
I saw when you said Boosie, I was like, oh yeah, no, that was actually like the beat and the tempo is different, but you're saying the same,
pretty much same thing.
I don't think because Broadway came out and said he'd take care of it. He wasn't.
He
did come out and say that.
Yeah, and he was like, we ain't got to go to courts. Like, tell me what you need. I write a check.
Right.
Oh,
he did say
that. That was the way Rod Wave was. Like, man, we ain't got to involve the courts. Like, I write a check.
Okay. Because dude just sold out the Forum.
Yeah.
Like last week. Yeah. Like the Forum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's
like my nephew.
I feel like my nephew Rod Wave is a machine more than a person.
Why you say that? What you say?
I mean, like Drake. I mean, like writers.
Right.
Like I feel like he is 10% of something. Like a big machine, like a media machine, like Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know, their team is what makes that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like Rod Wave is in that arena, in a sense. Because somebody, like, your own tour,
look,
sold out tour?
I knew he was big, but I didn't know he could sell out the Forum, though.
Yeah,
by itself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know he was.
Ain't nobody doing that.
I didn't know he was that big, bro.
Ain't nobody doing
that.
Yeah,
no, he legit.
That's crazy. Now with Diddy allegations too.
Oh my God.
With the rape. Now,
Fame Rag is back.
This is what I think about the whole Diddy thing. Like, I thought he was on this Brother Love tour the last few years, giving people their masters back. Mace, Jada Kiss, and all these folks, right? And I'm like, oh, snap. I'm thinking, on one side of my mind, I'm like, snap, he kind of coming in, you know what I'm saying, trying to turn off a new leaf, He trying to do something different. But then, like, I'm just like, is he though? Then now with all this stuff coming up with Cassie and this other stuff, I'm like, this nigga is trying to get some friends on his side because he probably knew this stuff was on the come up. Like, and I heard he about to let go of his ownership or be the face of Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I think this is all gonna be interesting. And 50 Cent just having a field day on Instagram.
So yeah.
So
no,
it's,
so like that. I know they're gonna see this on the camera. And I was like, I had the real live Fame Rag.
Yeah, you
not because everything you saying. I feel like it's disingenuous.
About which part?
Almost like I know I'm about to, like I'm trying to get some good karma.
Good karma, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because all of these years you never done that. Now
the masters of people,
right? You're letting everybody go.
Oh, I knew the locks. I knew I'd put you on this bad deal, but hey, you want your masters back? Okay, you
need some people to stand up with you.
You want these royalties back?
If these allegations are true,
come on. You know what I mean? So it's looking bad, for him now. He settled with Cassie. So she got a fat little check. So she shut up for probably about 30-40 mil. But don't look like this stuff going away anytime soon. So it's
man, I remember I auditioned. Man, look, I got to a certain point in one of them shows. I need to see if I didn't see nothing. I can't see.
Let me say this. It's only a certain. You could only be so freaky. You know what I'm saying? Like
you saw those
Kelly and come. What are you doing? Like your life is that boring.
No.
To where you're doing these things.
So have you seen the thing like because they bring?
I've heard what they said he did, huh?
They bring your boy Aaron Hall back out.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I saw old.
Can I see Uncle Luke?
Right,
Uncle Luke ain't going
right now.
Yeah,
no. Check this out. I saw a old video of Luke where he was like talking about Aaron Hall, and he was like, Aaron Hall was like, "Oh, R. Kelly ain't more freaky than me." Like, and when Uncle Luke had the Uncle Luke's Peep Show, right, and so he would be doing like the kind of explicit interviews or whatever, and he was like, so Aaron Hall started eating a girl booty on camera. To show like, oh, R. Kelly, I'm more freaky than R. Kelly.
Interesting.
And so, right, I know, right? So, like, he said, like, the label had called and was like, hey, he got an album coming out. Like, you don't need to air that because we don't want to mess up the sales of his album or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, like, and actually, going back to the other conversation we was having earlier, so, like, I don't know if you remember Gloria Velez. She was like a dancer, and she was in like some Jay-Z videos and Big Pun, Fat Joe videos, Uncle Luke videos. Like she was a video vixen. Mm-hmm. She had a child with Aaron Hall, but at the time she was only 16. Mm-hmm. But like, and it's a video from like maybe 6-7 years ago he did with Vlad TV. He was like, I didn't know she was in there with grown women. Mm-hmm. Like she had a fake ID. And he was like, so when I met her, he was like, man, these other dudes, like, because she was so bad, they were scared to talk to her. He's like, I went and grabbed her by the hand, took her to the hotel room, like, she got a tattoo above her cooch to say Aaron's. AARON apostrophe S. Like it's his. Mm-hmm. He was bragging about it, but like, she was 16 at the time. Mm-hmm. But the deal was she had lied about. He didn't know.
Yeah. course not.
You know what I'm saying? But like, again, going into these Diddy allegations, because somebody came forward and was like, it was Aaron Hall and Diddy, and they took turns on them. Now, this person is a Jane Doe, quote unquote, but it's crazy because it was a time a few years ago where like this stuff wasn't, I'm not gonna say it was applauded, but going back to a season 1 thing that JB used to say, it was par for the course. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they did.
Yeah.
Now, like nigga, you can't even think wrong.
To me,
your ass get indicted.
The person, prosecution needs just lock the person up. They don't need to give the victim no money. I guarantee all of this will stop because that's what you really want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what you telling for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you telling for the money. If they ain't give you no money, you wouldn't be telling. Your crime would have still been committed.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be telling.
Right.
Well, that's why
I mean,
you don't get no money, but they get to go to jail for however many years and the
which
satisfaction.
is the right way it should happen.
And they ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah. Cause that's what Cassie wanted. I think, like I said, I think they
he
settled.
offered her like $800,000 at first, and she
Oh,
was like,
word.
"No."
It was
Yeah.
800,000.
Yeah, it was.
And
It wasn't in the millions. It was like 800,000.
40 million.
Yeah, and she was like, "No."
Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, okay, I got the trauma, whatever you did to me. So will I get more satisfaction for you being in jail or you giving me 30, 40 million?
That's the killer.
Give me the 30, 40 million.
40 million.
And I can, you know what I'm saying?
Cassie put out an album.
Man,
Oh,
she
okay.
ain't never got to put out nothing ever.
She said she wanted. Oh, okay.
So,
So it ain't about. It's about the justice. It's not about the money. Oh, okay.
it's about the money.
It's not about justice and making sure that criminals get locked up.
That's what I'm saying.
No, we know it's not.
He's not even getting prosecuted
yet.
I don't think
Keep
he's
living.
You don't think he gonna get prosecuted?
I don't see.
It's gonna catch up.
If he keep
It's gonna catch up.
laying
This
low.
is like the most epic rundown ever.
I know.
So like going back,
And people coming out the
man,
woodworks.
yeah. So like I see you got on here. You were talking about our guy D1.
Now
Man,
I'm
you
interested.
talk about this
Uh-huh.
because like I know you put this on. And
I know
you
Big
actually
done
posted-
seen this. Now
Yeah.
D1, he was on Sway in the Morning a few weeks ago.
And this is not fainted rag. This is posted rag.
His poster rag, okay, and he made some statements about Meek Mill, Rick Ross, and Jim Jones, and said that they are, like he basically like it was a call to like, hey, well, people grow up because Rick Ross and them they in their 40s, 50s, I don't know, something like that.
Some of them in the,
Some in the 50s. Jim Jones is probably close to 50.
Yeah, Rick Ross in this.
So he was basically saying like, how are you still spewing all this same violence in your lyrics? And he was encouraging them to not only grow up for themselves, but for the people looking up to them, XYZ. But he was specifically talking about Meek Mill because he was the face of prison reform. And so, but he recently came out with some songs, talking about he about to shoot a nigga, da 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 da. So it's kind of like it's contradictory to your whole movement. And so, what you think about that, Vic? Like, I know you done seen it around, right?
D1 got a music finna drop.
He did. He had the album.
That's what
He had the album. He did have an album.
The whole thing was over there.
But D1 always been like this though.
Exactly.
So he always talked like this.
Which is no reason for you to make it like it's new.
Yeah, so
made it like it's new,
he was
'cause
on
he
Sway.
dropped.
He was on
But
that platform.
to what he's saying, it's truth.
Okay.
It's been truth though.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
For
you
years,
think that the
though.
motive was not because of the truth, but because he got an album on that?
No, I don't. His motive could have been. I feel like he knew he wasn't gonna get a result. That's what I feel like. I knew he wasn't. I thought. Okay, let me say it like this. Because he might have thought that they were going to change because he said something. But I think he knew what he was doing to help himself.
Trying to spark a conversation, maybe.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much. You would have did that when you were around him. You know what I'm saying? You would, like he said, if they do it in public, Then they need to be caught. That's old. That's all old. That's a ploy. All of that is old. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing new that he coming up with. And I mean, he coming out with a CD. That's what you do when you come out with music.
D1, he always been on message though. I remember he came to breath that time.
He stand on business.
He stand on business.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So this is
D1 has music with artists that don't directly align with what he believes. Right. A lot of them.
He do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah.
Where you at with that? Like,
yeah.
You know
but you know, I don't know if y'all seen because Jim Jones then went on Sway in the Morning the following week, right? And he was
bullying,
which I think
he pretty much threatened Buddy on there though.
D1 knew that. That's why he went. When last time Jim Jones dropped a song?
He's been dropping some songs though.
But I'm saying, is he somebody to go at like, well, Jim Jones is in that group?
Yeah, not like that.
But I feel like you knew the response you would get.
You think so?
Yeah, Jim Jones. Why would you go at Jim Jones? What is that?
Yeah.
I give you Rick Ross. I mean, really, you went at some people that's really. You ain't going at Lil Baby. You ain't saying that to Drake.
Well, the thing I don't think he brought up those cast names because they're like in the younger tier
demographic.
Yeah, he brought up Meek Mill and Rick Ross and Jim Jones because they're like they're like our age.
Y'all are
you know what I'm saying?
And y'all are the elder statesmen.
Yeah.
But instead of moving the culture forward, y'all are perpetuating the stereotypes.
The same stuff that you're trying to do. And so Rick Ross basically came back was like saying he sells turkeys and he does turkeys and do all this other stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To the community.
Why you say it like that?
Like what?
Because it's not how he said it.
Okay, what would he say? How he say?
Philanthropy work that he has done.
That he has done to the hood.
You know, it's like selling turkeys.
Selling turkeys.
Like,
passing out turkeys. You
like,
know what I'm saying?
Nino Brown.
Yeah, he passed.
Pookie, look at your black ass.
I get it. I'm with D1.
Yeah.
I feel like he did it, though.
Yeah.
Because he got music coming out. Like,
That's
you ain't.
It don't hurt. You feel me?
You knew they fuck ain't gonna stop their main plug of money.
Nah.
You knew they wasn't gonna do that. You know, and ain't they signed to a label? Rick Ross, Meek Mill?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Now, I want to say,
they got
they may
obligations.
be on the Maybach. Maybach is under one of the three big powers.
Okay. I hear you, Vic. I knew you had something to say.
Oh, no, Crown was going to chime in on that one.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I knew.
That was his topic.
Seeing that.
Because it's still going. Now,
he's supposed to be going live tonight with the real Rick Ross. Nah, that's a whole nother
he do?
conversation.
Oh, okay.
With Freeway Ricky.
Okay. Now, this last one here, Bishop Carlton Pearson. Vic, I don't know if you know him.
This man with the Elvis kind of hairstyle.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Okay.
I remember him back in the day.
You remember? Okay. Because he was in our circles. You know what I'm saying? Like Pentecostal, charismatic. Everybody, a lot of people from, Breath used to go.
And Kenneth Hagin, that tree.
Yeah. A lot of people used to go to his Isuzu conference in Tulsa back in the day in the 90s and stuff like that. He just recently passed.
Isuzu was before Fig Wilson, wasn't it?
So the original Azusa
Street.
Azusa Street. That was that was
California.
That was
the original Azusa happened in the late 1800s, early 1900s. But then out of that ministry is like where you got the Church of God in Christ came from Azusa Street.
Yeah, I remember I had
the Assemblies of God, which is like the white Church of God in Christ. Yeah. And the only reason the Assembly of God came about is because they did not want to at that time. Bishop Mason was over Church of God in Christ. The white congregation, they were like, these folks are not going to be able to handle being under a black. You being over the whole thing. So basically, when you look at the tenets of faith, almost line for line, precept for precept, Kojic and Assemblies of God is like almost the exact same thing. It's just like Kojic is like black, Assemblies of God is like white Kojic. But you got them out of there. Like it was a whole lot of movements that came about. They came about from the Azusa Street Ministries. And Carlton Pearson, was one of them.
He was that guy.
Yeah.
Like he was the guy. He was the one that could preach, that could sing, that can do all that stuff.
He could break down the scriptures.
Break down. Like he was he was like, you had Fred Price and you had him right there.
No, they was boys.
They were right there, and so he recently passed. And I'm not sure if you knew. I'm not sure you know, Shay, but Vic. He changed his theology. For the past 20 plus years, he wasn't preaching what was in the Bible anymore. He was preaching that hell was not real. The Bible is contradictory.
Everybody going to heaven.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to heaven. And so literally when you look at his ministry, he literally spent half his ministry preaching the word, being charismatic Pentecostal, then the other half being universal. Wow. Whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, kind of in the ministry. But my take on this is I'm not going to, put anything in it, but I just think, when somebody passed like that, you give dude his flowers for what he actually brought to the kingdom. Because he brought a lot of people up, like T.D. Jakes, Donnie McClurkin. Like, he brought those people to his platform. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people named too.
No, you were saying that, like, some of them I remember, like, I'm going to have to go back and look at like, some old footage. But, I mean, to your point, not saying he didn't, but I was like,
he brought a lot of people to the.
Like, dang, for real, like,
yeah.
I remember that.
He brought a lot of people to the forefront.
He was very influential.
He brought a lot of people to the forefront. So whether he got some things resolved before he took his last breath, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But we can at least celebrate him for all the good that he did, and the people that he did influence that are still preaching, the word and doing stuff like that now. So. I just thought that was because I don't know if y'all saw the Come Sunday John he got on Netflix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was interesting. His whole thing about that, but it's just, I just thought the whole thing was interesting because he like went from like Kenneth Copeland to like
it was definitely that Kenneth Copeland, Kenneth Hagin, like that whole Word of Faith movement. Like he was right in the middle of it,
and then switched off to. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, went straight to the left. Like, it wasn't even, it got real bad. So, but yeah, y'all, we going to start in on that. So, y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
Most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci.